There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play? They're here.
Welcome to the Horror God.
What's up? Stick here from the Horror Cut. How we doing? With me, as always, is Gary Boy and Pippa the dog, who's chewing on her toy. Gary,
Yes.
how you doing?
I'm good. If I was in a bad mood, I would be in a better mood after discussing this film.
In case you never got it from my crazy intro, we are doing
The Budweiser advert.
the Budweiser advert. Yeah. Critical, in-depth dissection of the Budweiser advert. But of course, we are doing Scary Movie, which from what year? 2002. This film has lived in my head rent-free for numerous years, so we should be fine.
Yeah, 2000 it came out.
2000.
2000 it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was 15. Gary knows the story of my initial viewing experience of this, which I will decide in the next 10 seconds if I'm going to tell it.
Yes, you are.
But Gary, how about yourself? When did you first see Scary Movie?
I first seen Scary Movie, I guess, like at home video. I don't think I was quite old enough to see it or get into the cinema to see it. You know what? I've seen this maybe about 5-6 times over the years. I've not seen it for a few years, so putting it on this time, I was like, is this going to hold up? And we can discuss that later. I still really enjoyed it this time, and I think what's happened is with the Scary Movies, they got a bit shit when you get to like Scary Movie 5 or whatever, and people remember it as a franchise, and actually the first 2 were pretty good movies, man.
Yeah.
They were. And if you don't look at it as a franchise and just look at it as the first 2, I think you'll be pretty entertained. And I'm looking forward to the new one coming out. And this was my choice because the new one's coming out. So I said to you, let's go back and look at the original and see if it still holds up. Is this our first comedy?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Comedy. Spoof's probably the right word, isn't it, as well? Spoof is more like that sort of term for these kind of films, yeah.
Also, obviously, a lot of this is taking a piss out of Scream, amongst other films. The film itself is still quite meta as well, in its own way.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So,
yep. Screaming, I Know the Last Summer get that treatment, but they also throws in Blair Witch Project, a touch on Sixth Sense, and Shorty's like, can I tell you a secret? I've seen dead people. Guy's like, man, this shit is good.
Gail Swallows.
Gail Swallows. So that was my experience, but I've seen this film, I don't know how many times since then. Like you said, like it sounds weird to say the films got a little bit daft as they went on.
But they did.
But it's funny because it is a daft film.
Yeah, I think, well, let's leave that. I think there's a reason why this film still works compared to more of the later ones as well. You want to take on the synopsis?
Aye, so Scary Movie is a film about...
It's Scream.
Yeah. It's a spoof movie taking a piss out of films like I Know the Last Summer and Scream and doing it in its own wacky and wonderful way. And it was created by the Wayans brothers. So you kind of get where the comedy's kind of going with them.
And they lost the rights basically to the later films, which maybe one of the big reasons the later ones aren't as good is because they weren't attached to it. Harvey Weinstein kind of fucked them over.
Oh, interesting. Didn't know that.
Fucking people over left, right and centre in numerous ways.
Aye.
Hello.
Want to have a little fun?
Who's this?
Do you like scary movies?
You thought the terror was over. If you believed the nightmare was finished,
Ow! Ow!
you were from the people who had nothing to do with Scream.
Has it crossed your mind that your boyfriend was murdered and you're next?
No way!
They didn't make the rules.
Oh my god, he's dead!
They're just too stupid to follow them.
We have to call the police.
No way! I ain't going to jail!
It's okay, I'm fine.
We'll get rid of the body.
I'm gonna tell y'all the rules to survive this situation. Rule number 1.
Don't answer the phone.
I'm in the house. Do you know where I am?
You're behind the couch. I can, see your feet.
What?
Don't talk to reporters.
The press only wants to interview the most ignorant person they can find.
Oh, geez! First cops, now this?
And whatever you do, don't be afraid to rise to the occasion.
So let's talk about the opening scene then, which we have Carmen Electra basically playing Drew Barrymore's character, who was Casey Becker, but now we're calling her Drew something in this. I can't remember.
Drew Decker, is that it?
Drew Decker, yes,
Drew
it is.
Decker.
Yeah. Do you know what? The opening scene in Scary Movie is very similar to Scream, as in the house looks the exact same.
Yeah.
And Carmen Electra's movements around the house are very similar, like even playing with the knife and just putting on the popcorn. Some great noises though, where she's putting on the popcorn and then she farts. And Ghostface is like, "What's that noise?" And she's like, "Oh, I farted. Didn't think you'd hear that."
No, not that. It's like the other noise. Oh, I'm making popcorn. I mean, I guess I think the fun thing, as an actor looking at this film is like you've literally just all you've got to do is go in there, watch this film, watch this scene, recreate it, but just make it funny.
Yeah.
How much?
But
fun
I guess
would that
like
be?
the thing is with the Wayans brothers did say that a lot of people didn't think this would work because most spoofs are taking the piss out of something, but the Scream movies were already taking the piss out of slasher movies.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot more serious, but they were taking a mick of how there's tropes like the final girl, you need to be a virgin to survive. They know the rules of the horror movies, and then Scary Movie's going to spoof that. Which is, it's brave as well. I love the bit in the opening where Drew Decker is saying it like she's got a boyfriend and he's black and he'll kick your ass,
man.
and then he turns around and goes, "What do you mean, the cross-dressing white guy or something?" And then she turns on the porch light, and then she's like, "Oh, that's not my boyfriend. Yeah, I fucked him a couple of times."
And he's like, "Help!" I was pissing myself at that bit.
I love it as well, because in the original Scream film, the popcorn just keeps getting bigger and bigger, but they make this more exactly like the biggest popcorn foil ever. It's like a balloon.
Again, see, watching this as a 15-year-old, this was like, in a packed theatre, people were just killing themselves with it. It was brilliant. It was like when I first saw American Pie in cinema. Just people were roaring laughing. It's like, I don't remember a film that's kind of done that since. Well, maybe like your Hangovers and things like that, because they are, pretty funny. When was the last time you were in a theatre hall and a full theatre and people were pissing themselves laughing?
Films, I can't, this isn't even that recent, but Dirty Grandpa with
Jackass.
No, is that Dirty Grandpa or is that Bad Grandpa? Hold on. Yeah, so the last time I remember, and even this was 2016, there was a film called Dirty Grandpa with Zac Efron and Robert De Niro. And Robert De Niro is playing his grandfather who's lost his wife and he just wants to fuck somebody young again before he dies.
Oh, okay.
So he goes on this ride with his grandson and they end up at Miami Beach and all that.
Quite good.
It's so funny. Audrey Plaza is in it and she's saying basically I'll fuck you, and she's trying to seduce Robert De Niro and stuff like that. It's good.
That's brilliant.
But yeah, that's the last one I can remember properly laughing at.
Okay.
What about you? What was the last one you can remember?
I don't know. I don't really go to the cinema anymore to see comedies.
Because there's
nothing really getting made that's... and that sort of scale of popularity to like Scary Movie and the Hangover films and American Pie.
Yeah. They're supposed to be doing a new American Pie though.
Are they? Oh, is it The Funeral?
I'm not sure.
I think it's something to do with a funeral, yeah.
I did see Anaconda, which was quite funny at times, with Jack Black and Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
That was probably the last comedy that I've seen that...
Yeah, and I guess now as well, like, cinema halls don't have as many seats as they used to. Because a lot of the seating now is more like, premium, all that kind of stuff, so that takes up more space.
Yeah.
So you're not getting even when they are full, you're not getting as big as, maybe 15, 20 years ago when these films were coming out.
True. Wait, what about going back to Scary Movie when Carmen Electra is trying to escape Ghostface and she's running through the garden and the sprinklers come on, and every time Ghostface tries to catch her, he rips off a piece of her clothing. And then she goes into like a slow motion, sexy run, and then remembers that she's being chased. She's like, oh, keeps going.
Because that's what he says as well before that, and he's in a house, he's like, I want to see what your insides look like. She's like, turn to page 54. He's like, oh.
He's outside reading the porn mag.
Reading the porn mag. That's what he's saying, because I can see her. I want to know who I'm looking at. Like, it cuts to him sitting there with a Playboy.
Yeah. Also, when he goes to stab her, and it is like Drew Barrymore's, like the way he grabs her and the knife comes round and he stabs into her breast and pulls out the breast implant as well. And this is one of these bits that I always remember, is when he holds the implant and it slides out his hand and he's like, ugh.
He is like, it's funny because the killer is like, he's completely grossed out by a lot that happens, isn't there? There's a scene where Shannon Elizabeth gets in, she's like, okay, and now I'm going to like break my leg and render myself useless, and breaks the leg, and he's like, oh! He kind of looks away.
Yeah, you see the bone extruding out of a leg. Yeah. Even the parts where like he's chasing Cindy through the house and he trips on the rug and he's like, man, I got to stop drinking.
Yeah. So from there, Casey Decker gets it, and then the film kind of starts.
Drew Decker gets it.
Drew. She's Drew. Yeah. Drew. Oh, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Then the film starts and we open up on, like we did in Scream, where it's Cindy sitting at her laptop, and then Bobby comes through the window.
Yeah, and he's like, what is it he says? I was watching Exorcist the other night and it reminded me of you. And then what's his line?
She's like, if you thought about the time when I got drunk and masturbated with a crucifix, it was my first keg party, Bobby.
Yeah, that's right. And do you know, a joke that when I was younger totally went over my head, and was the fact that Cindy's dad is working for the Colombian cartel.
Oh, God.
She calls him Uncle Escobar. And I never noticed this before. I was just like, fucking hell, like, the dad is a proper drug dealer. And then...
She screams, doesn't she?
Yeah, like in the original.
Like in the original, and he comes through the door and he's like, wow, I thought I heard someone screaming. And she was like, no, Dad, no. And he's like, I must have been that crack I smoked earlier. She's like, yeah, maybe, yeah. He's like, yeah.
And he's teaching her how to... He's saying that he's left some drugs for her, and she's explaining she knows what to do with the drugs. And she's known since she was like 12.
Yeah. It's just, you've loved that story since you were 2. Like,
that's what it is.
Yeah, he's great, man. He's so funny.
Like, even at the end when the cops show up and he's like, I don't even know you. Remember, I just heard a scream and I'm here to check it out.
The sick bastard planted drugs all over the house.
And also the same scene we've got in the original Billy's like, how about some on top of the clothes stuff when they wants to, like, you know, touch Sydney up. So in this we've got Bobby doing it to Cindy, but she's got an electric fence around her underwear as well. I just thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, it's funny taking that, because obviously in the original Scream film there's that like sexual tension where Billy's trying to kind of persuade Sydney to have sex, but in this it's similar kind of vein, and he's like, what's the bit? He's like, come on, just touch it, just touch it, just
that's
whips
when,
it out.
That's
in
when
the car.
Yeah, I know he did last summer's getting spoofed.
Yeah, fucking so funny, man.
Sorry, in Scream, Sydney says, will you settle for a PG-13 relationship? And Billy goes, what's that? And then she opens her blouse. But in this, we get the close up of that, and she's got like man boobs. And they just kind of like wobble.
And Bobby falls out the window.
Yeah.
Even before that, like when the two of them got on the bed and lie down, James Van Der Beek crawls through the window and he's like, oh, wrong set.
Yeah.
And he just leaves.
So that's like the first meta part of it. Yeah, so good.
Rest in peace, James Van Der Beek.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Man.
Then we're introduced to Shorty and Brenda.
Yeah.
And
take you, Brandon.
Oh, that's right, yeah. But we're introduced to them. They arrive at the school. And, they're slagging each other. And Shorty just goes, your mother. And she's like, that's your mother too, jackass. And he's like, oh yeah. Then your father's stupid. I don't know him.
Yeah, me neither.
One other thing I did notice, which is interesting, P. Diddy or Puff Daddy. Now, looking at this through a modern line, Brenda says Sean had a pool party and it started to get freaky.
Oh, Puff Daddy.
Yeah, it started to get freaky at the pool and stuff. Looking at where this is now, do you think they knew some stuff back then?
They must have done. Guaranteed. Totally.
Because I'm right saying the Wayans brothers like were into R&B and hip hop. Like, did they have a singing career at one point or a musical career?
I don't know. Maybe. But I guess they've been in the public eye since for years. The Wayans brothers. I think we did My Wife and Kids. That was a different Wayne. What that was? There's Keenan. There's Keenan, Marlon, Sean, and there's one more. It was Damon Wayans. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So these guys have been in the public life for years, and I'd imagine, not being stereotypical, but they're black. They probably like rap music.
Yeah. Just like, but it wasn't just people that were into the music or rap industry that were invited to these parties and stuff. So celebrities of all walks of life, I think.
It was my invite.
Maybe you were invited and I don't know. Probably in Epstein files as well. One of my favourite lines when I think of this film as well is when Buffy, Shannon Elizabeth, is saying how she cares more about humans than animals, and then the homeless guy scares her and she's like, ooh, get away from me. And then Cindy's like, he's just hungry, he's looking for food. And she's like, here's a sandwich. And then the guy hits him in the back of the head with a sandwich. He's like, I asked for $1, bitch.
And then from there we go to the like we did in Scream, where it's like the news all being on campus, and we see Gail Hailstorm in this, and she's like reporting live from blah 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 blah, where one teen has been fat, and then there's a guy behind her, like, what's he doing? He's basically on camera.
Oh, he's just getting
attention, getting in the frame, and all that kind of stuff. She's like, what? That left one teen dead, and she spots him, turns around, shoots him, and goes, 2 teens dead.
Yeah.
Fucking so good. Then it goes to the sort of the row of different news stations, and it gets to Black TV, and the guy's like, "Put live from Black TV. White folks getting killed. Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah. What Gail Hailstorm does when she introduces herself is she's like, I'm Gail Hailstorm, author of the book You're Dead, I'm Rich.
Yeah, I'm rich.
Which again is talking about, just these people. We spoke about this in the Halloween episode.
Yeah.
Like these doctors and news reporters and that making money off of murders. So even it's taking the piss out of that a little bit. And in this same scene, we get the famous line of, run, bitch, run.
Right, man.
So do you want to talk a little bit about this?
Oh, it's so good, isn't it? It's like, how does it start? It's like, how close were you to the victim? Real close. Till the roofies wore off. She woke up, started about pressing charges. I just pulled my tongue out of her ass and left.
Probably the scene that's aged the worst in this film.
Yeah. Because he goes out initially and goes, what could you tell us about the victim? Well, she had a fat ass, son. And it was like, pow! This is like, eventually, what would be your last words to the victim? Run, bitch! Run!
So good.
Again, 15-year-old me was loving this.
Yeah.
But I mean, as it is, I don't know. It's like, I guess there's the whole stuff with Weinstein's, Puff Daddy, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I think back then it was just you were. I mean, I think you could still say those jokes today in a film. I don't think it would.
I don't know
matter too much.
about the roofie part.
I mean, there's no rules to say you can't.
No, I know that, but to laugh at someone being date raped, I don't think is aged well. That's what I mean.
I guess that's comedy. You're not laughing at the fact that that's happened. You're laughing at the fact that it's been made a joke out of, which, you know. Yeah.
One of the bits that always gets me as well is the fact that Bobby is always late for school.
Oh.
And then it cuts to Bobby coming out his trailer and he's like, bye, big Jim, little Jim, slim Jim. And then the trailer's actually on the school grounds, right beside the main entrance.
Because go back to when you meet Buffy, like Brenda and Cindy are standing there, and it's like, and they see Buffy coming out of Dad's car, and she's like, "Oh man, she's so fake," and all that. And it's like, you know, he says about Puff Daddy, and he's like, she was at a party and she hooked up with a backup dancer, and it's like, that's worse than security. She don't love herself. At least security can get you backstage. And then Shannon Elizabeth walks over, and then Brenda, who says that she's fake, is like, "Hey, baby girl,
Yeah.
what is up, my sister?"
One of my favourite characters in this is Ray.
Oh, Ray's brilliant.
And I love how there's all these like connotations and hints that he's like gay. So it's like, does this shirt make me look gay? And then he turns the vest inside out and he's like, what about now? And it's like, did she have a brother called Steve? Or was it? Like the first victim? And then he's like, what does he say? He's
Pat lips, perfect ass.
yeah, that's her, man. Now it's talking about Steve. Ray playing with Greg's ass in the car.
Oh.
He's like, I love it when you think about ass or something. And she's like, I'm not thinking your ass. Right.
Oh, my bad.
He absolutely loves Raining Men. It's a classic.
Oh, God, there's so many good lines, man.
And then when they're like, when it's taking the piss out of the I Know What You Did Last Summer, and he's like, Greg is raging that they might all go to jail, and he says, do you know what to do to young boys in prison? And then Ray's like, hey man, maybe we should go to jail. Maybe we should phone the police. And when they're moving the dead body, somebody's like, I'll grab his arms, and he's like,
his legs.
I'll grab his ass. And then there's another bit as well where Cindy says to Ray, is Bobby still pissed at me? Which is obviously taken from Scream, since she branded him the Candyman, of course. And then Cindy says to Ray, if you see Bobby, tell him I love him. And Ray's like, fatty Bobby, I'll tell him I love him. And it
So
all
stupid,
goes right to the end where Bobby is doing it because he's gay, and he's like, we're gay. And then Ray's like, man, I'm not gay. It's like, you took me shopping. I like to go shopping.
In case you haven't worked it out, Ray's gay too. And he's like, what? I ain't gay.
What about that trip to Paris?
I want to go shopping. But you made love to me. Hey, you sucked my dick.
It's so good.
It's so good, man. Because then I guess we should, for people that haven't seen this film, that's when the characters are sitting and they're talking about Drew's death. It's like, then Cindy goes, you guys, do you think this has anything to do with that guy that we killed a year ago? And that's like, then that starts to blend in the
I Know What You Did Last Summer
thing.
And that kind of
flashback.
That kind of is one of the things I was going to mention earlier. Is I think this film kind of works because there actually is a coherent story to it. Like, there is a plot to this. It's not just like, how many jokes can we get in? So if you think about it, like, it is the story of this one, if you took all the humour out of it, is they accidentally killed a man a year ago. Someone is killing now, and they think it's to do with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing really outrageous, but by the time you get to like Scary Movie, I don't know, 4 or 5 or whatever,
Get like aliens
and they're still trying to then do the horror stuff as well as the sci-fi, and it all gets a bit messy, and it's like there's still kind of like a beginning, middle, and end to this film.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but let's talk about the flashback. We hit a boot.
Oh my god, he hit a boot.
So they knock down a guy. Only sees boot at first and think they've hit that. But as this is happening, as they're arguing, the guy gets back up and he's like, "I'm okay. It's all right.
I'm gonna have to get rid of the body. It's not necessary."
Yeah.
But you've been drinking. And he's like, "I'll get rid of the drink." And he throws the bottle of Jack Daniels behind his shoulder, hitting the guy in the head who haven't noticed, and then he seems to die.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And then he's still alive because when Shorty's coming in his weed-filled car, they're trying to close the boot.
Yeah.
And they're slamming it down. He's like, "Ah!"
Hey, what's up, Ray?
Yeah.
Shorty, I know you're not driving without no papers. I got papers. Bombs, all the ingredients to make a high beep pie. I don't know if I can say that word. So.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. Seeing Ghostface when they're at the school, and it's obviously reminiscent of the original Halloween, where Laurie looks out the window and sees Michael Myers, and then she gets called back to class, and then she looks out the window again and Michael's gone. I finally love how in this, it cuts to outside the window, Ghostface is standing watching her, she looks away, but the camera stays on Ghostface, and we see him like hide behind the tree, but it's so theatrical the way he just kind of marches, and it's almost like he marches behind the tree so he doesn't trip in his cape.
Yeah, so good, man. And at that point that she's getting the notes, it's like, I know what you did. I know what you did last Halloween. She has a flashback to her and Bobby like having this like beautiful picnic on a lake. She's putting like strawberries in his mouth. He picks up a fucking sausage and starts to like, you know, in and out her mouth. And then it cuts back to Cindy still kind of coming out her flashback, and then she looks, there's another note that's lying there now. Don't know where that came from. And it's like, "No, bitch, I meant the guy that you killed."
Oh, that's funny, man.
Oh, so good.
And then she's called to the police office to report as well on how well she knew Cindy. How well she knew Drew. Right? But what's funny is, before she arrives, the cop and the teacher are like, "Who's next?" And it's like, "Oh, Cindy Crawford, is it?" And then they're talking about the mum. She's like, "Is she the one?" "Yeah, you know. Yeah."
Oh, Miss
or Shagger, yeah. And it's funny because Cindy's a piss take of Sydney.
Yeah. And
this is the only point where Cindy/Sydney's mum is mentioned. She's still getting slagged for being a slut. Like every Scream film, it's like, "Your slut bitch mum" or something like that. And even in this,
yeah,
she's still getting absolute slagging.
Poor Maureen.
I know.
Fucking just no rest for the wicked. Yeah, and he's like, what's the cop's name again? The guy, he's a great actor. I can't remember his name. He was in Ghostbusters.
Kurt Fuller.
Oh man, he's so good. Because he's like, "What was she like in bed, Sydney?" And then she's like, Cindy, I should say, and he's like,
"I got you.
I got you." It's an old police trick.
See, is it the same scene? No, it's after she's been attacked, and he's shown her she's like, "I've got some photos to show you." And it's just him in some red underwear, like modelling.
No, Sheriff. Okay. Look, have a look at this one again. Just no, worth a shot. Okay, you can go. It's just like, you just imagine how much fun they must have had making this. I wonder how much of it was improv as well. I bet there's a lot of scenes that were just like added on or just try it, see what happens.
Yeah.
It must have been totally.
What about the Miss America?
Oh yeah. So. Yeah, all the guys are like, we spoke about what's the boyfriend's name again?
Greg.
We don't have the chance to speak much about him because I don't know if you remember the scene last summer where Sarah Michelle Gellar is up on the stage and then she looks up and sees Ryan Philippe and then he eventually gets murdered. They sort of recreate that. But what I think was funny was when they're standing up in the balcony and Buffy gets announced and the audience are all clapping and every guy in the audience is like, "Yeah, Buffy, yeah, I hit that." And the Greg's like, "Hey man, shut up." He's like, "Best piece of pussy I ever had."
Yeah.
Man, you want a piece of me?
It's because in the I Know What You Did Last Summer, he turns around, he's like, yeah, that's my girlfriend. So they do that, and Greg's like, yeah, that's my girlfriend. And then the first person goes, yeah, that's my girlfriend too. Do you know what doesn't work for me in this? And I know it's all a spoof, right? But I was like, the plot's quite coherent for the most part. As Greg's standing in the balcony, and Ghostface starts to appear behind him, reminiscent of the slicker jacket. Yeah. So she sees Ghostface walking towards him, and she's like, "It's the killer! It's the killer!" She would not know the Ghostface mask because nobody's seen it.
Oh, that's true, aye.
So she would not know. She'd like, "There's somebody random up there."
I guess Cindy has encountered him at this point.
No, is that not after this?
I don't know. Is it?
I can't remember. I thought it was after this.
Cindy gets in the house with Duffy coming out the door and holding up the mask.
Because she gets attacked by Ghostface in the house, and then she runs up the stairs, locks her bedroom door the same way it does in Scream, runs to her computer and types in "white woman in trouble."
Yeah.
And again, very meta. Like it's
the police are there in 2 seconds.
Yeah. But what is funny is, so in the original Scream, Billy drops a mobile phone and gloves. So automatically, because he's got a mobile phone, he must be the killer.
Is it just the phone he drops in the original?
Maybe it is. But in this, it's, what is it? It's the phone, knife and gloves or something.
Yeah.
Right? So she runs downstairs, opens up the door, and again, it's the same as Duffy and Scream. She runs into the mask that he's holding, right? Yeah. But actually, if we jump to the ending, Duffy is the main killer.
Yeah.
So he would be there with the mask. Yeah. So it actually totally makes sense in this.
Makes sense. And it's funny as well because Duffy does the same thing as Dewey does in that scene where he's holding up the mask and he comes through the door. They kind of both get a fright.
Yeah.
But then Dewey also gets a bit of a fright looking at it again. Yeah. And Duffy does it in this. But he's like, oh!
So then we cut to the police station, and whilst Cindy is getting interviewed, there's 2 other police officers who's like, "Guess what I did with those 2 hookers we just got?"
Oh,
and he's like, right. "Duffy, come here a second." "Yeah, what is it?" "Hey, Duffy, smell my fingers." "Oh, what's that?" "That's when you know you become a man, Duffy." "Hey, Terry, smell my fingers." "What the fuck is that?" "My ass." Oh, it's so good, man.
Man, it's so good.
And then we've got
brilliant, man.
Them taking Cindy home, and they're trying to take her at the police station. And Buffy turns around to Duffy and says, "Mum also said stop sticking your dick in the Hoover." Which then, when the phone rings when they're at the house, he comes out with the Hoover. "Hello?" Yeah. No one answers the phone. And he just turns around, "I told you not to disturb me when I'm cleaning my room."
Because we get the cut after Cindy leaves the police station, and then we kind of get more Gail Hailstorm. She's out there with her cameraman Kenny, and it's funny. She's like let's do this shot. I can't remember what she says. She goes, "Kenny, this little piggy went to market. This little piggy, what is it? This little piggy."
Can't remember.
Point the fucking camera, I'm going to put my foot up your fat. Oh, and then it's like, "We're live!" And she's like, "Hi, Gil here, Hailstorm." And then it moves, and then she's following, Kenny's following her while she's speaking, and it's just Kenny stands on her toe, and he's like, "You're on my foot, fat shit!"
She's like, "What did I tell you? Never step in Gil's shoes."
Because Gil wears a Prada shoes.
His voice is so iconic, like, it's so squeaky.
And then he gets to, she finally catches up with Cindy and Buffy. She's like, "Cindy, your ass looks fat." And she turns around and hooks up. And then she's like, "All right, who copped the feel?" And Kenny's like, "It was me." And she's like, "Oh my God." He's like, "I only touched the top of the breast. It was so juicy and tender." Then it cuts to the room. I think. Duffy, yeah.
Shall we talk about Miss Mann, the gym teacher?
Oh, great.
And the testicles.
Man, brilliant.
I didn't realise it's played by a woman.
Yeah, I think I knew
didn't
that.
know, yeah. It always reminds me of China from the wrestling.
Oh, totally reminds you of China.
It's like run about the same time.
Yeah, same time.
And do you know what else I didn't notice? See, when Buffy, just before Buffy's killed, a voice shouts something like just outside the locker room. Shouts "Red Rum."
That sound right, yeah.
And I've never noticed that before either.
No.
No. And we spoke about this on the I Know What You Did Last Summer episode, but what are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Iconic, isn't it?
So, teacher is about to commit suicide. Cindy doesn't know. This is obviously referencing one of the most famous scenes in I Know What You Did Last Summer. By the way, if you've not checked out our I Know What You Did Last Summer episode, you definitely should, because we've got that and I Still Know and the remake. But
as well as an interview with the writer as well of
Trey,
the last summer as well, Trey Calloway. So check them out.
But when we spoke about the I Know What You Did Last Summer episode, we says that scene was directed by a child.
That's right, yeah.
And they kept it in. So it's nice it's kind of been homaged here. But yeah, so Sydney is talking to the killer. What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for? Not knowing that there's somebody above her ready to jump off of the roof. And he's like, what am I waiting for? What am I waiting for? Fuck you! And commit suicide.
And it cuts on like Cindy's face just going, oh, oops.
You mentioned the Blair Witch kind of part as well. I love how it slightly references that. But I don't know how they did that with all that snot coming out of our nose.
CGI back then?
Maybe, but it still looks good today.
It does look quite good.
Like, so watery. At one point I wondered if they'd like put on a fake nose with like a drip machine or something, but it's so well done. I just don't know how they did it.
Yeah, I don't know actually.
But it is amazing how they managed to fit in so many film references.
So how did we get to that? We get to where it's like Gail goes to Lookout Point, you know, where that kind of teenagers are making out, and they got to Heather, and sitting in a car, and they're like, so what are you doing here? Oh, me and my boyfriend just come up here to make out, but he went to the he went to go pee, but that was like 10 minutes ago. And she's like, yeah, Heather, did it cross your like stupid little brain that your boyfriend's probably been killed and you're most likely to be next? Right. And she's like, oh, really? Oh my God, cool. and right at that moment, the killer just comes out and just picks her out of the car, starts stabbing her, and she's like, she starts to interview her while she's getting killed. And she's like, how do you feel? She's like, lots of pain. And then eventually she's like, Gail, please help me. And then eventually she gets killed. And it's this standoff between the killer and Gail. And he's like, I'm just trying to do my job. You people get in the way, all that kind of shit. And it's just fucking so funny, man. It's absolutely brilliant.
It is. But that's what I was going to say. Like, it manages to like reference so many films. So many tropes in films as well, but then kind of outside of films as well, like obviously it takes the piss out of Scream 2, the opening in the cinema.
Yep.
But it's actually playing on how annoyed we get when somebody is like talking in the cinema or rustling their packets. Like, we would just want to like stand up and shoot them or stab them. Obviously we don't do that, but it plays into how annoying it is when somebody just is so loud in the cinema. But then, as I said, it's still got like this coherent story. But then it slips in other things as well that it's like, how did it manage to fit this in? Like Budweiser, what's up?
Tremendous.
Rap music as well with Shorty. After like when Ghostface.
But the thing was with that, obviously Budweiser took that from Scary Movie.
No, Scary Movie. The Budweiser advert came out first.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because Shorty, when he gets a phone call from the killer, first time he goes, hey Shorty, what you doing? He goes, just killing, smoking a bud.
Uh-huh.
So I think Budweiser went, smoking a bud. Do you think it was vice versa?
1999 Budweiser What's Up commercial.
Seriously?
Yeah, I thought that, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
That's wild. So the Budweiser guy that came out first.
That's because it was so, the advert was so huge. Everybody in school and all that was walking about going, what's up? And then obviously it's made it into Scary Movie.
So do you think we maybe got that later here?
Maybe, but I remember the advert first.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Because that's why he says having a bud. Then he's like just chilling, which is what it says in it. And he's like just chilling, killing.
Just killing.
So even other little references like the Titanic advert, but then changing it into like a slave ship.
Brilliant, man. The Amistad too.
Yeah, like things like that as well. They managed to fit in, but it still doesn't feel like it's just shoved in it because they put it as a trailer before the main film that they're watching.
Yeah.
is it Brenda that's got the video camera in the cinema?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's taking the piss out of everybody pirate copying
Pirate
films.
copying. You're on camera now. You're on candid camera now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's funny because you think Ghostface is going to kill her, but it's actually like the audience that kill her.
Yeah, and he's just sitting there
He's
watching.
just sitting there watching.
And it's funny because it's actually Ray. And this, it's Ray.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you think Ray's dead with the penis through the ear.
Yeah, so you do, that's right.
And there's like obviously some other meta moments in this, like Shorty turns around in the cafeteria and he's like, this feels like, what is it he says? He says something like, I feel like I've seen this before. And he's like, did you not come from a bad neighbourhood? And he's like, no, it's like a scene from a movie.
It was in that movie Scream, man.
Yeah.
Same dialogue.
That's it. Yeah. And then there's like, this isn't a movie. Later on, this isn't a movie, this is real life. And Bobby's like, sure it's a movie. Like, it's just before they're about to have sex. He's like, sure it's a movie. Look, there's a sound guy, script supervisor. Yeah.
What a film.
Also, the Matrix effects still look just as good as the Matrix.
Yep.
Like, those still work. See when she throws like the big kind of disc tray at Ghostface and he like pulls back and then he hurts his back, he breaks it.
Wait a minute. Give me a second. Because it's funny, because how much do you think this film cost to make? What was the budget?
Don't know.
Probably a good bit.
I would say like maybe 2-3 million, maybe.
I'd probably
maybe more.
Have a wee look. Big budget. Scary movie budget. 19 million.
Jeez, oh.
Yeah, 19 million.
Wouldn't get that today. Or you wouldn't like obviously.
Yeah, maybe that's the difference. Is with like, you know, if this was done on a bigger budget, it might not have been as good. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, because all of those cast members were kind of up and coming. Some were already established.
Yeah.
So it's like paying a lot for them.
The twist at the end here. So it turns out that Bobby and Ray are the killers, and we think that's it. It's homaging the end of Scream, and then a third killer comes out and kills Ray, who lands doggy style on top of Bobby, just to finish off that you know, that Izzy game thing. And then, you know, we find out that it goes to the police station, and the police officer and Cindy both work out that Doofy is the real killer. And I never seen this twist coming at all. Obviously, it's homaging the usual suspects, the way he's like walking out with like a kind of limp, and then the limp goes to a normal
smooth walk,
a normal smooth walk. Yeah. Then he gets in the car with Gale Hailstorm, and they just go off into the sunset. And I was like, even like a film that's just taking the piss out of so many other films still has an incredible twist ending.
Yeah.
That I never
they
seen.
do say that. They say that the funny thing about this all is we're copycatting a killer right now. He does mention that to Cindy, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, what? Oh, okay. And he appears. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
And then obviously it ends with Cindy going, no. And she gets hit with the car, right? But I also think there's another ending there that's homaging. Not an ending, well, it is kind of near the end. But when she's holding her hands up like this, it's like Andy Dufresne when he crawls out the pipe of shit.
Oh, yeah.
And he's standing, the camera's framed the same.
The rain.
Yeah, obviously it's not raining in Scream Movie, but I feel like the framing and all that's like, it's just another wee homage, because I think it was the 90s that Shawshank came out, so it wasn't that old, really.
Yeah, it wasn't that old at all.
But yeah. Anything else to say on?
I loved when the killer gets into the room with all the guys are getting stoned, like Shorty and his mates, and they're like, "Oh shit, son!" And then it just cuts to the the killer taking this bong, and they're all like cheering him on, and it's like, "That's some good shit." And they all just start going, and the mask starts to change as well. It's fucking brilliant.
And I don't think you mentioned it on the podcast, but we did earlier, the Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see dead people. Gonna slash you, gas you, cut into the hole in your ass, put button in the balls and play tennis with your balls. If the phone rings, don't answer a call. Gonna fuck you like a goat. Wear you like a coat. Skin your foreskin off and make a winter coat. Peace.
There you go.
That's the illest rap I ever heard, son.
See when Shorty gets shot as well, and he's got shot in the lung, and he just takes another puff of it.
Shot me in the lung. I want to hit this shit.
And then the original Scream as well, where Billy turns round and he licks the blood off his t-shirt, and he's like, "Pig's blood, like they used in Kerry." And then this, he just takes a lick of his t-shirt and goes, "Ketchup."
Ketchup, like my mum put in her spaghetti.
There's so much to talk about in this film. We weren't going to get through it all. Is there anything else you want to mention on Scary Movie 1?
No, I think we've covered it all. Just a piss take, isn't it? It's just a good laugh. It's great.
We usually, when we do a film, we speak about the sequels, but there's so many, and I think there's a chance we'll cover Scary Movie 2 at one point.
Probably, yeah.
So we won't mention the sequels too much. I will say is I did enjoy Scary Movie 2. There's a few lines in the other ones that are quite good. Like I always love what's his name? Is it Chris? Not Chris. Kevin Hart and the other guy, and they're always like coming up with these conspiracy theories, like if a mouse is inside and a rat is outside, what happens when a mouse goes outside? Does it become a rat? And if a rat goes inside, does it become a mouse?
I don't know that. Like this is the second one.
It's like third or fourth.
Oh, third or fourth. I always remember this. I always remember when James Woods playing the priest at the start of the film in the second one, when he's supposed to be like Father Harris from Exorcist, and he walks into the room and the thing's obviously like freaking him out. He just goes, "Fuck this," and just tries to walk out, and they're like, Father, come back.
Yeah.
Brilliant, man.
But yeah, maybe we'll cover that another day. Are you looking forward to the new one?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the trailer.
Oh, trailer's great.
Is it?
Trailer's
great. Is it good?
And
what's it taking the piss of?
Oh, it's got the new Scream in it. It's got Megan. It's got Smile, Longlegs.
Oh, okay.
So it's got a lot of good stuff, yeah.
It's lots to play with.
What would you rate Scary Movie out of 5?
4.5.
I would go 4.5. I'd go 4.5. Yeah. It was doing everything it was meant to do for when it came out and stuff like that. I still enjoyed it years later. I think if it didn't have such a big fan base, the new one wouldn't be coming out.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
No. And I think it still holds up today because in movies, especially slasher films, people are still doing dumb shit in these films. So it's like, it's just giving the writers like all the material, just like, fuck, this just keeps coming.
Yeah, totally.
And you know what, you can look at culture stuff as well, where it's, that again can be weaponized for these kind of films. It's just everything that's happening in the world is just, these guys are like, this is material. So yeah.
What's your creative recommendation?
Oh, what was it again? Oh yeah, coming up to April Fool's. It was April Fool's today as we record this. I would suggest April Fool's Day, the slasher film. I can't remember exactly what year it was from.
80s though.
Guess. Definitely the 80s, yeah. I haven't watched it in a long time. Yeah, I always remember the twist at the end, which I will not tell you.
Yeah. My creative recommendation is almost like a trailer gameplay just now. There's a new game coming out that is a multiplayer game on the Halloween franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Set during the original events of Halloween. You can either play one of the suburban teenagers or you play as Michael. Basically, it's either kill or survive, basically. So, looks quite cool. Check it out. Yeah. As always, I am still Gary.
I'm still Steg.
If you love what you're hearing, then please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to us. You can follow the show at The Horror Cut Show on TikTok and Instagram, or you can leave comments on the films that we're discussing on our Facebook group, The Horror Cut Show. Join us next time where we will be discussing Train to Busan. Cheers!
Bye guys, bye-bye.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
We're friends to the end, remember?
This is the end, friend.